The euro continues falling against the US dollar even amid the expectations of a monetary policy tightening by the European Central Bank. Sellers of the euro returned to the market because of concerns about the energy crisis and inevitable recession. The publication of a macroeconomic USD disclosed its final reports on the services and composite PMI for August. Like the final manufacturing PMI data, reports on the business activity in other sectors also failed to meet the forecasts. Thus, the EUROZONE services PMI declined to 49.8 points from 51.2, whereas preliminary estimates unveiled a drop to 50.2 points. The composite PMI should have fallen to 49.2 points from 49.9 points instead of sliding to 48.9. In other words, the main European indexes point to the fact that the economy is confidently tapping into recession. However, this news did not surprise traders. The UK has faced almost the same situation. There, the services PMI slumped to 50.9 points instead of dropping to 52.5 points from 52.6. Meanwhile, the composite PMI tumbled to 49.6 points from 52.1, whereas economists had anticipated a smaller decrease to 50.9 points. There is no wonder such weak figures led to further depreciation of the euro and the pound sterling. However, the situation was somehow improved by the Eurozone retail sales report. The indicator showed a smaller decline of 0.9% compared to a 3.2% in the previous period. The data was ahead of the projections of a 1.4% drop. However, this is not enough to alter the main trend. The euro will hardly be able to climb above the parity level. It may get some chances only after the ECB's meeting, which is scheduled for this Thursday. And at this light, the euro-dollar pair closed the previous week with a rapid decline. As a result, the inertial movement of the US dollar returned to the quote to .9900. At the beginning of the European session, the pair broke .9900. And the sell-off was mainly caused by a jump in the European gas prices. Thus, gas soared by 30% to trade at $2,800 per 1,000 cubic meters. To prove this signal of the prolonged downtrend, the euro should settle below .9900 on the daily period, and in this case the quote may slide to .98.50 and .9500, otherwise it may form a range of .9900 and 1.0150. Meanwhile, after a short pause, the pound-dollar pair resumed losing value. As a result, the pair reached a fresh low of the midterm downtrend. It needs to lose just several pips to hit the low recorded in 2020. Although the pound sterling is significantly oversold, the inertial movement is still intact. Speculators are simply ignoring the fact that short positions are overheated. The support level is still located at the yearly low of 1.1410 recorded in 2020. Under the existing conditions, there are two possible scenarios. According to the first one, the price may rebound from the local low recorded in 2020. And in this case, the volume of long positions may increase, thus slackening the downward movement and spurring a rebound. The second scenario presupposes that traders will ignore technical signals of the pound sterling's oversold conditions and a support level. This is why the price settlement below 1.1400 on the daily chart will lead to the prolongation of the long-term trend. How we're going to be in the short term, we will definitely tell you in our next news releases. Don't miss them and stay up to date with us. See you soon.